Well, all right. Hello, friends. Welcome to Double Cross episode 7. I am your host, Dan, from the internet at 2 inches short. And this is my co-host, Dave, also from the internet at Golf and Jokes. Say hello, Dave.
What's up, everyone?
There he is. As you know, our podcast is available on YouTube. If you're watching us right now, hello. Apple Podcasts and Spotify, anywhere else podcasts are sold. Thank you to all of you who have subscribed, liked, commented, rated, reviewed. All your positive feedback really helps us keep this train chugging along. Want to support us, please do. We really appreciate your help out there spreading the love. Again, Dave, we are in a bit of a holding pattern on your golf season. How are you doing? Tell me how you're feeling. Do you want to explain to the people what the hell is happening in Ontario?
Well, another week, no golf. And the worst part is the weather is starting to pick up. It's beautiful the last few days, and pretty much going forward now, it looks like it's going to be ideal, playing weather. But yeah, it's still, it got extended till June 2nd at the earliest now, which is complete bullshit. The idiot in charge was asked why no golf, even though not a single case has been linked to golf at all. And he's said his science is that he speaks to his buddies that play golf, and they tell him that they carpool to the course and then they stay for pops, as he put it, which is complete nonsense. I mean, first of all, I don't know anyone that carpools. Usually, you go to the course, you always, your buddies meet you there. And then these golf courses, they don't even have their clubhouses or patios even open right now because of the restrictions.
Right.
So, and I mean, if guys want to get together and have drinks, they can just go to each other's house. You know what I mean? So what's stopping them from doing that? So, I mean, he doesn't know what he's doing, and it's just ridiculous.
Oh man, dude. And I heard even they have some parks that are open that have circles.
Yeah. So yeah, they allow that. They had a park, I think Trinity Bellwoods it's called or something. They have like 100 circles, white circles they draw on the grass, 6 feet
socially
apart.
distant. Yeah.
So yeah, you can go with whoever and sit in this circle. But meanwhile, there's 100 circles right near you with other people, but you can't go to a golf course. That's, how big is it? Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's stupid.
Just, you can't put a ball in the fairway, right? You can put a circle around a fairway.
Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. So, oh gosh, that is so frustrating. Well, we feel for.
You should see on Twitter, and
I do see it on Twitter.
Yeah. Anytime I make a post, all the DMs I get, and it's just, everyone's just super frustrated.
Well, fed up because this is bullshit, man. This is where we should be at a place where we're able to socially distance ourselves as much as possible while we're doing this safely. And golf is one of those things that allow freedom of yourself, Yeah. Anyways, we obviously, Dave, my heart goes out to you and all of the Canadian friends and fan base. But it's also hurting golf courses big time. I mean, it's hurting everything. Yeah. I mean, people can't work. Yeah, dude. I don't know. Obviously, things are different in the United States. But if you want to come play golf, Dave, I'm more than happy to host you around here for whatever. So yeah, we'll keep us posted on it. We'll check in with how you're feeling.
Yeah, I'll let you know as soon as we're allowed.
Yeah, exactly.
How to play.
I happened to be out on a golf course this week. I was fortunate enough to get out to the local qualifying over here in Colorado. It was over at Common Ground golf course. Awesome.
Was it?
Awesome. It was an awesome time seeing some good golf being played. These guys hit it really well. But
so the guys that qualified here.
just seems like getting the ball in the hole seems to be a bit of a challenge, especially when the USGA's name is on the event, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, for sure. So the guys that qualify here, is there still another round after that?
Oh, yeah. So this is like a local qualifying. This is to get you like into the sectionals, and then from there, I think another step, and then into it. It's a process. Yeah. It's a process, and
don't make it easy. That's for sure.
No, I think -4 got in, fine, and then I think there's a playoff. There's a couple people at couple guys at -3. That played off for, I think it's like 6-4. I don't even know. But yeah, it's a grind. I mean, they played this back nine. It was like a par 34. I mean, this course probably was playing close to 8,000 yards. I mean, yes, we're at elevation, but I mean, they were at tee boxes I've never seen before. It was really, really cool.
So speaking of, how much further do you hit it in Colorado?
Probably 10 to 20 yards, like depending on where you are. So like I'm sort of in Denver, it's like mile high, but if you start going up into the mountains, you're playing at like 8,000, 9,000 feet. So really elevation, what I noticed I'm from the East Coast, I noticed that it probably adds between 10 to 20 yards, depending on where you are and what the weather's doing. Cause it's also really dry too. Yeah. And obviously the ball goes farther because you're at elevation. So yeah, it's one of the beautiful things about living out here. So
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, it was a cool event. Got to see a couple buddies of mine play. Unfortunately didn't get through, but you know, they put up some valiant efforts. Saw some really cool, one of my buddy hold out for eagles and some crazy made eagle on a 637-yard par 5, only eagle on the day. He just holed out from a blind, like just the luckiest thing I've ever seen. Bladed lob wedge out of a fairway bunker, basically spun it off a hill right in, dunked it.
So
fantastic.
Is a little lucky, or?
That was probably the luckiest shot he's ever hit, but probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen in person. And then my other buddy, he's very, very good, and unfortunately just didn't quite have it that day. But yeah, I mean, if you get a chance to check these things out, it's really cool to kind of see real competition.
It's awesome. Like, I mean, I have a couple buddies that are like legit pros, and playing with them is just seeing how pure they hit the ball and how consistent. It's fun to watch. You know, you can really see the levels.
But when you're at that level, like I was saying, I mean, nobody hit. It's almost as if nobody's hitting the ball better than each other. It's just a matter of who's getting it up and down.
Ball in the hole.
That's pretty much it.
You know, it doesn't matter how ugly it looks. You just got to get the ball in the hole, and that's it.
Speaking of guys who can get the ball in the hole, let's get into this week on the PGA Tour, or PGA Tour. This week on tour, we're going into we saw the AT&T Byron Nelson. Thankfully, they got all 72 holes in, beating the rain, and KH Lee gets his first PGA Tour win, 29 years old, from South Korea. Shoots a final round 66 in a birdie fest of 4 days to win by 3 over Sam Burns, who is also currently streaking after his win last week. KH went out in 32, just set the place on fire again, and then had the fire a little doused with a bunch of rain that came down. And they had a rain delay after 15. It was a 2.5 hour rain delay. Comes back, KH Lee comes back, basically has a 3-shot lead, makes birdie on 17 after bogey on 16, whatever.
That was close.
Yeah, but it was a 140-yard wedge, just stuffed it, just rolled it in, and then gets on dancing on a par 5 and 2 and rolls it close, able to throw some change on a 1-footer, which it's got to be one of the best feelings in golf when you know you're getting your first tour win, right? 80th tour start, fully exempt. He gets into the PGA Championship, which is next week. Again, we will preview the PGA Championship in this episode. Stay tuned. We had Sam Burns, like we were saying, finished at 22 under. I should say KH Lee finished. What did he finish at? 25 under. So Sam Burns 22 under, Patton Kizzire 21, Berger 21, Scott Scollings 21, Charles Schwartzel 21. Oh man, we go down the list. And then we got Spieth about 18 under and Luke Donald 17 under. Great tournament. Glad they got it in. Broadcast was a little funky with some weather delays. But Dave, did you have a chance to tune in? CKH put up his first W?
Yeah, well, I watched some of it this week, and I mean, it looked like Sam Burns was going to run away with it pretty much all week. And then today he got off to a terrible start, and KH Lee was just super hot right out the gate, tearing up the place, and he just never really looked back. He was just birdie after birdie, it seemed. And anytime he did get out of position, nice up and down. And yeah, the rain delay kind of sucked. I mean, we've all been there. I don't know if you've ever played a tournament and you have a weather delay. It just kills the whole like momentum you have if you started playing already, and then you're just kind of waiting around. Okay, come on, are we gonna get back out there? And then there's been times when you don't, and it just sucks.
Oh, because it's out of your control. All you can do is just like wait, and then kind of stay in that right mindset, which there was could potentially momentum swing where Burns came back. He cut the lead down to.
Well, he made his par putt when they got back, and then obviously Lee bogeyed, and then the par 3 that tee shot by Lee was just super clutch to get it inside of Burns, and and he got the birdie and Burns didn't, so that was pretty much ball game there. But yeah, it was good that they got to finish. I mean, it wasn't looking good at one point.
I mean, it was, the course was flooded. It was who knew? I mean, they were out there in pouring rain, not wearing rain gear, which was insane to me. But
you would think they'd have it. I mean, they started early for the reason of the weather. You think it'd be packed, so
right. I don't know whether the weight of the different constrictions that the rain gear causes. I have no idea. But they were out there in their shirts. I mean, maybe they were wearing rain pants, but most of them did not wear any.
Maybe it's how hot is it there? Maybe it's just really warm.
It was warm, but like they make rain gear that's suitable to that. But anyways, I mean, it was different elements that you wouldn't normally see on the PGA Tour, where you have warm weather without lightning and just pouring rain, until we started getting the squeegees out. And it got, the course started to, as the NCAA, which we'll get into, probably was not in championship, playing level, or however they phrase it. But it was great to see them come back from that rain delay, because we're getting into a major week and we don't really want to carry this over, and the weather was supposed to be bad. So glad they got it in. Dave, how did your locks performance?
I think I had Bryson to win, which he started okay, and then he just kind of got stuck in the mud at like -7, and I don't know how he finished,
T40 something.
Yeah, so I mean, he couldn't do anything over the weekend. Well, even the second round just didn't really get much going. So yeah, not a good week for him. I had Hideki contending, which, I mean, considering that he pretty much took 2.5 weeks off after the Masters, I should have taken that into consideration. So he was rusty, but considering how rusty he was, not bad. They even alluded to it on the broadcast, saying he played pretty well, all things considered. And I had Fowler missing the cut, which he did miss the cut. So not great, not terrible.
Well, the Rickie pick seems to be a pretty solid lock at this point. That was my only point of the week. It's a low point for me trying to pick. We're trying to,
you had Spieth to win.
I had Spieth to win, which after day one,
he put up a valiant effort.
Yep, but he did wind up with this. I should have probably factored in the fact he had COVID, and
no one knew that.
Month.
Well, I guess did you know? No, you didn't know that by the time we.
No, I did not know that by the time we made those picks. So,
I mean, it had zero impact on him, anyways.
No, I mean, regardless, he's still right there. I think it's the best finish in the Byron Nelson, which is probably it's an event that he loves. It's first, I think it's the first event he's ever seen in person. I had Scotty Scheffler contending. He was T47, no great shakes, but you know, he's making cuts, so that's half contending. And then and then like I said, Rickie with the fade. Oh man, not a great look. I mean,
he started out pretty good.
The cut was 6 under par, I believe.
Yeah, he started out -4 or 5.
And
I don't know,
Rickie missed it by one. But yeah, you know, I mean, we'll I guess the streak continues with putting points on the board. Dave, congratulations, well joined the club. Putting a point in Rickie's name. But yeah, we'll get into locks in a little bit once we get into our PGA preview. Obviously, major week. Woo! Other golf news that we'd like to, other tour news we'd like to get into just real quick. I'd like to talk about Richard Bland, 48 years old, wins for the first time in 25 years, 477. I think this is 478th start. Pretty wild to see how golf can come around. He's the oldest winner in your first time winner in European Tour history. Dave, did you have you saw like Fred Couples was tweeting about that?
Yeah, he tweeted. I saw a tweet the other. I don't know when I saw it, but he said that's why he loves golf, just seeing stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's why golf is fantastic. Watching this guy, he just didn't have any words after when he got interviewed. Couple additions we want to make. Talk about a little Korn Ferry tour. Grayson Sigg wins in the Knoxville Open, defeated Steven Yeager to capture his first victory on the Korn Ferry tour. And on the Championship Tour, Dickie Pride goes from Monday qualifying to winning the Mitsubishi Electric Classic. How about that? So that is your quick overview and some other tour news. You're welcome. Keep yourself updated and informed. That's what we're all about. Moving along, we are getting it is major week. I mean it's PGA Championship. We should be excited for a major. Are we excited that it's a major week, Dave?
It's everyone's favorite major, so yeah.
I said sarcasm there.
Just a bit. Just a bit.
Well, we are going to Kiawah Island Golf Resort, the Ocean Course, Pete Dye. Beautiful, beautiful design. Site of Rory's 8-shot victory in 2012. Got War by the Shore back in the Ryder Cup in 1991. Broadcasting on CBS and ESPN in the States. Dave, do you have a do you watch it on TSN? Where do you watch this?
Yeah, TSN for us.
Gotcha.
And cool. There's a lot of pretty much all day coverage, which is good. So yeah, I'll be tuned in. I'm excited.
Oh yeah.
Anytime it's major week, I eat it all up from
Monday
to Sunday. I'm watching live at the range, all the interviews, you name it. I'm locked in. So I'm excited. And yeah, obviously it's not my favorite major, but it's a major nonetheless, and I love it. So
yeah, man. I mean, it's a major week. That's all we could ask for. We do want to talk about the length. We have heard it's not going to play like that as long, obviously, but it clocks in from what I'm seeing at 7,876 yards, which is the longest major course championship history. I saw one par 3 that's 198 yards. Everything else is over 200 yards. I mean, the conditions are probably going to dictate how long it plays, where they set up the tees. They're probably not going to stretch it out like that. Depending, and like we're saying, it could be played firm. Who knows? Do you have any thoughts on almost an 8,000 yard golf course for at sea level?
I mean, it all depends on the wind. If I'm pretty sure the course will play firm and fast. So, I mean, that kind of makes the course play not nearly as long. And I mean, these guys are hitting us so far that, it's not that bad. just depends on the wind. You'll get a lot of if there's already long holes playing into wind, yeah, it'll be long. But
yeah,
I think these guys can handle it.
There was a time where it wasn't driver 9-iron, driver wedge into every par 4, right? So you might as well. I mean, who knows? Maybe that is what it's still going to be.
I don't know. And to be honest, I'd rather. I don't know. I like watching a long course. I like guys coming into the greens with 6, 7, 5 irons instead of wedges every hole.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, for sure. And grow the rough out. Be penal with it. Like
Let's make this a major. I hope they make this a major.
It's Kiowa. It's the PGA Championship. I am excited.
What did Rory win with last time? I can't remember. I know he won by 8, but what was his
final
score?
His final score?
Yeah.
Minus
14 maybe or something.
He let's see. I don't know. He shot 66 final round, 22 young. I don't know exactly what he shot what his winning total was. If you can look that up, do it.
Let's
but
see.
I don't know. But yeah, I while you're doing that, let's talk about the field. Obviously it's top tier, creme de la creme. DJ, Rory, Rahm, JT, Bryson, Spieth, Xander, Brooks, keep on going down the list. Rickie's on that list. It's a major week. It one of every 4 weeks a year. I'm sure Brooks is, he got a couple rounds in. I don't know how he finished. I think he made the cut this past week. Dave, do you know how Brooks finished this past week?
He missed the cut.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was way off. Okay. So Brooks missed the cut. We didn't fade him, but at least, he got his reps in. So we got a, we have a world-class field. And who knows, you got Rory and Spieth playing.
So back to Rory, he finished minus 13.
Sure. He finished minus 13. All right.
Yeah. So the course did play tough for pretty much everyone except for Rory.
Oh yeah, because he won by 8. So the closest one to him was 13 minus 8, 5 under. So pretty good. Speaking about Rory, I was just mentioning Rory, potential Rory Spieth showdown, which would be fantastic to theater. While we're talking Rory Spieth, I'm sure they're going to be mentioned in our locks. Dave, let's get into this week's locks. Major edition PGA Championship. Who are you going with winner at Kiowa?
I'm rolling with Spieth. I think he completes the career Grand Slam. I feel like if he has a good putting week, I don't see him losing. He's playing such good golf the last 2-3 months. He's always near the top of the leaderboard. So he'll be there. It's just a matter if he gets the putter rolling or not. Now he hasn't played Kiowa before, which may hurt his chances, but I think he can handle the wind, and I know he's looking forward to playing there. So I think if he putts good, he'll be right there, and I see him winning.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be one of his best chances in a long time.
Yeah, it's good. He seems to, obviously be playing real Spieth quality golf, and we'll see if that, he usually gets up for major weeks. So this is an opportunity for him for sure. I'm going Rory McIlroy to win.
Not surprised.
Not surprised. You knew I was going to take him. We did not discuss it, but I guarantee Dave knew I was going to take him. Learned how to putt. Going back to a place where he's just absolutely shredded. I'm excited to see where a potentially resurgent Rory McIlroy winds up, because it's been since 2014 since he last won a major. And golf is better when he is in the mix and contending. So hopefully I'm right, and we'll see. And then I can laugh in everyone's face. But I do hope. Contending. Dave, who do you have contending?
I have a feeling my contender is going to
I
be
feel
the
like
same
this...
as your winner, and
yeah, I feel like that's where we're
winner.
going.
So yeah, I'm going with Rory as my contender.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I said last week he needs to show me something, and he did. So yeah, he's won here. Last time was played at Kiowa, so I think he loves the course, and he's obviously confident right now. So I see him at the very least contending. He may not win, may not whatever, but I see him putting up a good effort. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, I think you were spot on with our flip flop here, because I'm taking Spieth when Spieth is rolling with with confidence. Major week, chance for a career Grand Slam at a golf course that it's going to require executing golf shots, and that's his kind of bread and butter. So yeah, if he has a good putting week, watch out for Jordan coming back again. It's been a while, 2017 since he last won a major, right? I mean, we're talking about this like they're easy to get, but yeah. So yeah, Rory and Jordan down the stretch. Fingers crossed. Don't say we didn't told you so, or however that saying goes. Fade, Dave. Who are you?
I gotta fade Brooks. I know it's major, and obviously Brooks loves his majors and he shows up for the majors, blah blah blah. But he's not 100% still. He wasn't even bending down properly to read putts at Byron.
Yep.
So he's still not 100%. He missed the cut at Byron, which was a birdie fest, and he just couldn't make that many birdies. Yep. So I don't know. I don't love his chances. I could be wrong, but I don't see him faring well at Kiowa this week.
Wow, that's a tall fade. That's a strong fade. It's a fire take right there.
I mean, if it feels a regular season, he hasn't been injured. Yeah, obviously you don't want to fade Brooks at a major, but he's done nothing really since.
Well, his injury, this is why we're throwing it out there. We're gonna see if you're right. I don't know, might have to let him know, light a fire under his ass, be like, yeah, Dave doesn't think you're gonna. I don't think he's gonna care. Anyways, I think fade. Phil is back in the field. I'm gonna fade Phil Mickelson this week at the PGA Championship. I know it's a major week, and I know Phil has a knack for having a good couple of days, but the lack of focus and the lack of form. I know he shot 64th on the first day at Quail Hollow, but Phil, man, this is just a running theme. We'll see what happens. That's all I got. That's all I got with that. With that, we will look ahead. Again, we have the PGA Championship this week, and then we got the Charles Schwab Challenge, aka the Colonial, the week after, then the Memorial, then I guess the Palmetto Championship at Conagry, which is a makeshift tournament that they kind of filled in with the super schedule, and then after that's the US Open. So we are going right in with the super season, but we are focused on the major week. We are excited it's PGA week. We hope you guys are excited it's PGA week. Let's talk about some things in the golf world that we saw this week. We saw the first topic we'd like to get to, obviously. Oh man, the NCAA handled something not surprisingly awfully again. The NCAA women's regional, it's like the Southern regional, I guess. It was at Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The course, they deemed the course unplayable. The exact quote was not playable at a championship level.
Yeah, such bullshit.
For 3 days without a shot being hit. They announced it. They just came down the steps, announced it, turned back, walked away. All of these women were there without answers. You had seniors who are crying because they put their whole entire life into this, basically. Dave, did you see anything about this? Have you ever heard anything like this? What's your take on this?
It's obviously it's just terrible. Like, is there ever a time that the NCAA is on the good side of a story? It seems like they're such a corrupt organization, seems, and just always have the just terrible interests, only care about themselves. So yeah, obviously this was going around, social media, and then obviously Barstool comes to the rescue, and which is amazing. They were able to get a course in Arizona, I believe, to host the event this coming week, I believe it is. And I think they got majority of the schools to agree to it.
It's compliance and everything.
So yeah, it's happening. They're going to play, and they're giving all these teams and these women a chance, and it's phenomenal what they're doing. So
yeah, it's really cool. I mean, the fact that this even had to happen is incredible. So should provide a little context. They had some of the coaches go out there. They took videos of the course and then posted them on social media, and it was obviously playable. But the way that the NCAA said that, I think what they said was that it's not playable at a championship level, meaning,
well, then go and get it ready. Like, put in some work.
Play it as a par 67. You work around with what you got. It doesn't have to be like, because it's going to affect the integrity of like the records that you have. Like, these girls need to play. I think
everyone's playing the same field, the same tournament. I mean,
it doesn't matter.
It's an even playing field.
Do something. It's just, and then you go back to, if you saw the weight room controversy and the bubbles that they had at the NCAA tournament in basketball, it's just, they seem to have been treating women's sports slightly different than men's sports, which I don't think is an uncommon theme in today's world, that I feel like is something that, everyone seems to be striving, hopefully to fight for equality in this situation. But yeah, good on Barstool for doing what they do. And it was just a crazy story. Did not expect to see something like that. I mean, all these tour pros were getting, I saw tour pros, I saw media members, I saw everybody jumping in being like, this is bullshit. And they turned around like cowards. It was awful. But good on, like we were saying, good on Barstool. Hopefully, we wish these girls the best, and everyone deserves a fair chance to play this beautiful game, and just to have, in the world in general. So next topic, Dave. Speaking about Phil and fading, you know what? I'm probably going to fade in the U.S. Open now. Phil accepted a special invitation after he was extended a special invitation by the USGA to participate in this year's U.S. Open at Torrey Pines, which is Phil's stomping grounds. Dave, did you any thoughts on this on Phil?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Accepting a special. Yeah, accepting it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, why wouldn't he? Like, you need that to complete the career Grand Slam. You never know, that 1 week you might catch fire. So I mean, you got to play it as many times you can before you get to the age where you have literally zero chance. So, I mean, yeah, it's a no-brainer. I'm happy that he accepted it. I'm happy that they put out the invite to him. And yeah, any field with Phil is better. So
yeah. Well, hopefully we'll see how he I
hope he wins.
Handles it. Oh man, imagine if he just closes his career, walks into the sunset with a U.S. Open win, or he has the potential to finish, a runner-up for his seventh time. But regardless, Phil is in the he's quoted as saying, I think the quote, or it could be paraphrased, he basically says, you can't win if you don't play.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know, maybe you want to take that to the books and maybe bet on Phil. Who knows? I mean, he knows Torrey very, very well. I don't.
Although, you know what, he does know it very well. But he hasn't. I know he's won it once, right? The Farmers.
I believe so.
I can't remember.
But I mean, exactly. He played like his entire, his whole junior career, right?
But he doesn't always play that course well.
Right. Well, I mean, he did say he's done playing tough courses. We know his relationship with the USGA is not exactly, rainbows and butterflies. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. We go to Torrey Pines with Phil in the field. I think it feels right. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I'm glad he's playing. I'm glad he accepted it. I just hope he's not running to go, chase down putts and hit them while they're moving. But
well,
Phil,
hopefully the course isn't set up that's even a question.
Right. Well, we'll see. But yeah, speaking of Torrey Pines, forgot to mention Kiowa, like Torrey Pines, is public. Again, we were talking about bucket list stuff, Dave. That's a topic I just wanted to mention so we and you don't forget. We will be talking about bucket list golf courses at some point. Stay tuned to Double Crossed. All right. So Phil in the field. Who knows whether Rickie will be in the field? Maybe he'll need a special exemption too. I don't know, but if Rickie wins this week, if Rickie wins the PGA, he'll be in the field at the US Open.
Well,
that much I know.
I feel like even if he comes top, top 3, he probably will get in the field.
Yeah. So, well, we hope Rickie has a good week. If you noticed, we didn't pick Rickie in our fades because we wanted to give him a break. But
I hope he does well.
Again, it's like every episode we were just like, yeah, I hope every night we're just like, yeah, I hope it does well. All right, so moving along, we wanted to touch on a question that I kind of just had in my mind and want to throw it out there. What's the worst / most annoying saying / phrase in golf? Put it out there in the social media world. Had plenty of responses that range from mashed potato guy to you're still away to
that's got to be one of the worst ones. You're still away. That's terrible.
To when you knock the ball off on your tee and someone says that's one.
Yeah,
kind of all that stuff. Dave, do you have any anything on the golf course? It could be watching a PGA Tour, any tour event. It could be watching any tour event. It could be on the golf course. Anything. Do you have what are your go-to worst sayings in your
like the ones mind? You kind of mentioned already, like when someone says one, when your ball falls off the tee is annoying, or you hit a putt, you leave it short, someone's like, oh, you got to hit it, yeah, thanks, tips. Or get in the hole that you hear on TV that the fan yells, or I don't know, any of the Ripper Magoo now the last year or so you hear.
I've heard
there's that. So many. There's literally so many.
Yep. Yeah, there's so many that we can go through. If you want to check out the thread, check it out on my Twitter feed. But yeah, I agree. I think some of the most annoying for like when the starter is like the single's going to join you. That's one of the most annoying things.
Yeah, that sucks.
And
or we get to the course, there's frost delay, or we just aerated the greens.
And then but I don't know. I mean, sayings and phrases. Yeah, the I like to hit a house. I like hit a house. I don't think that's annoying. There are things that I do like saying on the golf course. Which maybe we'll talk about at some point. But yeah, I would say you're still away. Nice shot after a terrible shot. A good putt after lagging it to 12 feet. Good line. At least you had it's a good angle. Good angle is always.
You'll find it.
I think you'll find it. Good angle. So like whenever you have an opportunity, if someone asks you like if you're trying to give someone positive reinforcement, good angle is always a good one, but it's really fucking annoying. Lefty standing on the other side of the ball, you're standing on the wrong side of the ball. I saw that one come up. But yeah, shoot us a DM at 2 inches short at Golf and Jokes. Let us know if you have any. What are your worst sayings? Maybe we'll eventually talk about our favorite sayings on a golf course. Probably there's going to be a lot of Tigerisms in there, but yeah, I would say that was a fun thing to you guys. You guys all have some really interesting, fun, creative feedback. It's fun to listen to. And Dave, just one last quick topic. This meme going around. the greatest I'm dead and I know it moment in cinema history. We wanted to convert that into golf. Did you see this going
Yeah, I saw that
around?
going around.
Did you see anyone in particular that caught your?
I like the one I saw Steve Scott posted of when he played Tiger at the U.S. Amateur, and Tiger made the putt and he did his fist pump, and Steve was like, "Yeah, at this moment, I knew I was dead." So
yeah, exactly.
That was pretty cool.
And that's awesome coming from Steve Scott, who has that experience and has a new book out actually about that experience. The I'm dead and I know it stemmed from just like a movie scene, like when the actor knew that like their time on the movie was over. We're relating it to golf, like we were saying. I saw Spieth dropping on 12, like he knew it was done. You had Norman at the Masters, you have Van de Velde at the British Open.
Probably could have done Phil at the PGA.
Phil at Winged Foot, right? Yeah. Phil at the PGA. Phil, you just name a Phil, and then obviously Tin Cup. Just some really cool things. Just kind of, it's fun taking those memes that you see in the general public and then be able to relate them to like our small little corner of the internet, which is golf. But that wraps up episode number 7. Guys, thank you so much for hanging with us. Again, if you have made this far, please hit the subscribe button. If you haven't made this far, hit subscribe. Rate, like. Do all that you do, which we always appreciate. Again, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever your podcasts are sold. I'm Dan at 2 inches short. This is Dave at Golf and Jokes. Dave, do you have any final thoughts going into Major Week?
No, it's going to be a good week. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see if Spieth can get the career Grand Slam or if Rory can win another major after 7-year drought or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It'll be a good week.
Or if Rickie gets his first, who knows?
Yeah. Never know.
But yeah, guys, enjoy the PGA Championship. We will be fully engaged on social media. Please check us out, and we'll be there. And hey, you have just been double crossed. It's a major week. We are out. Peace.